Hey everyone, welcome back to another interview here with experts, creators, and basically really awesome people about really awesome products. So, I'm going to keep this short, and I'm here with Sam Bakker. Now, I had the chance to meet him earlier this year in person for a really short time. He's a really awesome person, but I'm not here obviously to talk about how awesome he is, but more about what he can do for you. So Sam Bakker here is the creator of Bold Publisher, the product we're doing the interview about, and it's a really cool product, really cool concept, really great automation software. So, I have to be honest before we begin this interview, and I, unlike usually I have more time setting up, reviewing the product, understanding the product before I interviewed. This time I didn't have. I was busy. I had all sorts of things to do. So but this is actually good news because I'm going to be asking questions as if I am someone who doesn't understand. From your point of view, the viewer. So this will really help me resonate with you and make this a better interview overall. So Sam, how are you? What's up? How are you doing, man? Good to see you here.
Yeah, all good over here. Yeah, everything's fine. Just been outside. It's a bit cold, but
It's a bit
no,
cold.
not too bad. A lot colder than what you've got over there.
Oh yeah, that's for
We're in
sure.
the negatives, and you're way into the positives. So
How much is it there?
it's only -2, -3 at the moment, but it'll
Negative.
be
Wow.
around here. It gets to about -30, -40 around winter. So we're about a month away from that, probably maybe a month and a
Wow.
half. But yeah, not
Wow.
too bad. Just getting used to
Yeah, and I was born in Siberia. Um,
it. Nice.
yeah, it was where I was born. It's called Chersky. I don't know if you know. So it's about
Yeah.
minus 45, minus 50 in the winter.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Now I live in Israel. Here it's 30, 35, 40 in the summer. It's a huge difference. So Sam, I really don't understand anything almost. So please let's begin from the beginning, man. What is the concept? What is the idea? Why have you created this?
Sure. You slightly cut out, but that's right. Now, the reason we first started looking at instant articles, and that's what we're talking about today, instant articles, is because Mark Zuckerberg came out earlier this year, and one of the things that he said that one of the biggest things that threatens Facebook, one of his biggest focuses, is on keeping traffic on Facebook, because he's finding that a lot of people are reading content on Facebook, and I'm sure you have yourself. You go through the news feed, right? You click, and suddenly you're on a new site.
Yeah.
So Facebook's goal, and one of the real points of different, or one of the points they're really trying to move forward and emphasize over the next year, the next 2 years, is trying to keep traffic on Facebook.
Hmm.
And Instant Articles was a new update that happened about 5 months ago. It happened quite quietly. There wasn't many people that knew about it. Only really big publishers found out about this. And it's a update which means that you can now publish articles directly onto Facebook. And what Facebook is doing is they're saying, well, great, okay, you've published your articles onto Facebook. We're going to make them load super fast. Plus, we're going to favor them in the newsfeed. And what's happened is that these companies, especially Hootsuite in particular, have reported that they're seeing some fantastic results as a result of using instant articles in their business. So to give you an example, Hootsuite, and I've got a computer here, that's why I'm looking at it. Hootsuite, they had a 37% increase in reach for their posts that they did on Facebook, their articles, versus what they had previously been doing, which was posting to their external website there. 22% increase in shares. They had an 83% increase in likes and a 57% increase in link clicks. Now, the reason that happened is, number one, instant articles load instantly. Okay, they load instantly on a mobile device. Now, right now, half of all users that are on Facebook use a mobile device to access the Facebook app. Half of all of Facebook's users have the mobile app installed. That means that there's a huge amount of traffic. So if we take the 1.5 billion people are on Facebook, we now know safely that probably about 750 million are using their mobile devices. So Instant Articles has been created especially for people on mobile devices, because one of the most frustrating things for people that are on mobile devices, I have this, I'm on my phone, I'm using my roaming or whatever it is, and the articles load slowly, the websites load slowly off a mobile device. Now with Instant Articles, the moment you click, it loads instantly. So why would you want to use Facebook's instant articles? Well, obviously, there is going to be some sort of increase in reach, some increase in shares, increase in likes, increase in clicks. You know, are you going to lose traffic going back to your website? Yes, but here's what Facebook has also done. They've actually given you the ability to add custom HTML into these instant articles that are on Facebook. So you can actually add opt-in forms, you can add links, you can add images, you can add videos into these instant articles, you can generate leads inside of these instant articles so people can instantly click. Then if you've got a guide or something you want to, you know, advertise to people, they can go ahead, they can get there instantly without having to leave Facebook. Or if you have, you know, something you'd like people to view on your website, you can use instant articles to gain favor with Facebook, so they start favoring your articles in the newsfeed, and then after that direct people off Facebook to your website through that instant article. But the main reason that it was created was to give publishers like CNN, marketers, Hootsuite, anyone that owns a blog, a way of actually updating their content so it's accessed fast through Facebook's newsfeed.
So okay, so those are the big companies, but how can the average, normal guy, how he can benefit from this? What kind of offers he can monetize? What kind of business model you can go for with this? Yeah.
Sure. Well, one of the biggest things that, one of the reasons that we really looked at instant articles and started studying instant articles was we could see that people were talking about this quite positively, and we wanted to see if there was something that we could really leverage here. And we can see from Hootsuite's results that there definitely is. The problem is that when we actually investigated instant articles, we found that there was a really big problem with them. And this is a problem that all publishers face. If you're dealing with clients, for example, you've got a client that wants to publish on Facebook, they might want to use instant articles. How are you going to do it? Facebook outlines how to use instant articles in a 5-step process. And if you go and you could search in Google right now, you could search how to create an instant article in Facebook. And you could try and follow those steps. But as Hootsuite said, and they actually said here, they said setup requires some technical expertise. They actually said that they needed to use the help of their development team in order to publish their instant articles, and that's the case. You actually, right now, if you wanted to create an instant article, if you wanted to benefit from extra traffic, fast-loading articles, favor in Facebook, and you wanted to, or if you wanted to act on behalf of a client who wanted to get their own instant articles on Facebook, right now you'd need a developer, or you'd need to be a developer yourself. And if you're not a developer, you're not technical like me, that's near impossible. So the way that Facebook set it up is very difficult, and it can take hours to set up. Even if you're a developer, it still takes a lot to set up. So we set out to create a solution for this problem, and that's the main reason that we created Bulk Publisher, and that's the software that I'm launching very soon. It's a really easy to use editor for, first of all, customizing, look at making instant articles look great, because that's really difficult unless you've got a solution like Bulk Publisher. And also, the other feature that this really brings out is the fact that this software instantly schedules in your articles, it publishes them to Facebook, so they're immediately accessible. So what I'll do is, to really make sure that everyone understands what an instant article is, I'll show you what an instant article is. Now, this is an instant article I set up with Bulk Publisher. I published this earlier. I published this one yesterday. So you can see on my mobile device here, I'll make sure you can see it. This is my Facebook page. So this is just a Facebook page that I own. You can do this. Anyone who owns a Facebook page can do this. Now, if we look at a regular article, have I got it up? All right, let's load one of these first, then we'll look at a regular article. So I go like this. Hopefully you can view it. I click.
Okay, yeah.
Then it's loaded.
Yeah.
So there you go. So you can see it, and it's loaded. Now, if we were to look at, I'm on a really fast Wi-Fi connection here. We're about a 200 megabit connection, which is fast from where I came from. But what I'll do is I'm going to take a regular article right now. I'm just going to grab a random article from my newsfeed. I'll do it from my newsfeed that I can see isn't an article from Instant Articles. Now, most big publishers use Instant Articles right now, but I can see this one right. It's hard to find something that's not politically motivated in newsfeed right now. I'm trying to find something that won't be controversial, and people won't be like, oh, well, you're favoring this candidate, you're favoring this candidate.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just going to run with one. This is what an average speed is. I'm not trying to sway anyone in anyone's favor, but this is a regular article, and we'll load that. and you can see it's blank, it's still blank, it's still blank, it's still blank.
Yeah, wait.
And this is on a 200 megabit internet connection, probably 5-second delay. So that delay means traffic is lost, and that's why publishers are so keen to go to instant articles, because first of all, they load instantly. Facebook is favoring them; they can get more traffic, and as the tests have shown, a lot of these businesses are really benefiting from using this new platform.
Yeah. So and okay, so the point is, from what I understood, is basically it has all these benefits. Okay, we're talking about better engagement. Obviously, we're talking about tapping into a growing platform. Tapping into a growing, well, we could say, trend or something. I don't know how to define it, but basically into something that grows right now. Tapping into it, but we have big restrictions. The average person can't get the results he wants with it because it's technically challenging.
Yes, technically challenging is probably the best word for it. I mean, if you try it, one of the first things that I did is I was trying to do this. I was like, well, instant articles, I haven't heard much about them, but I see everyone using them. Let's see if I can make this work. And I saw, for example, CNN is using instant articles. There's New York Times is using instant articles. Hootsuite's using instant articles, and a few, most big websites were using them, but I wasn't really seeing anyone else using them. I tried to use them myself, and I wasn't able to. It would have taken probably a long period of time to work it out with Facebook's current system. So that's why we set out to try and create a solution to that. And this is really a solution for that. So there's two real main opportunities that I see. The first is that if anyone is looking to do this in their own business, say, for example, you've got it could be anything. It could be a consulting company. It could be you sell fitness products. You could have a blog, anything like that. You can just you've got two choices, really. You could take your article and immediately upload it from your blog as an instant article with the software. The other option is you could, without publishing on your blog, you could publish this article onto Facebook and use that as content on Facebook for people to share, to access, to look at. People who are currently fans of yours can access it who are on your fan page. Or if people are sharing it with their friends, they can obviously access it as well through the news feed as it's coming through. Now, the second main way that I see people using this, not only for using the fact that Facebook is favoring instant articles, and it's a good thing to start getting to now, because I believe over time they're going to favor it even more as they realize they want to keep more traffic on Facebook. It just makes sense. The second main thing is for the companies out there that are publishers, smaller publishers, blog owners, companies that own blogs, there is a massive opportunity right now to take this solution to those businesses and offer either to publish these instant articles for them, or give them a solution, offer them a solution for them to actually use to publish these articles as well. So that is one of the biggest opportunities right now, is because businesses who don't have a development team can't really do this. You can offer a solution for that, and that's an opportunity for you to make money. You could charge on a monthly basis for it. You could charge per article, or you could we've actually got a plan where you can use the software, and you can actually use an unbranded version of the software and give it to a business who can then use it and pay you on a monthly basis for using your software. So
is it an OTO, the license, or is it part of the people can offer can offer this to businesses and offer access to this on the front end, or an OTO?
It's an OTO too. Yeah. So OTO number 2 is that. So I can get into that if you'd like, what's involved in that.
We'll talk about the upgrades in just a few minutes. I just want to sharpen up the front end. I'm trying to find a little bit of spice, because my audience is a little bit different from most audiences. I really want to paint a picture of how the average person, average Joe, can go ahead and tap into this with not many tools or internet marketing understanding. So how can we go over like a mini business plan of how can a person use this to make some money?
Sure. So if anyone has a blog or any content that they're posting onto Facebook right now, this is a more effective way of publishing that content, basically. So if you're already updating to social media, you're already using social media, and you want to get your updates, you want to get your content out there even more, then that's where you'd use the software. So You'd probably, what you'd most likely do is you'd take a post. It could be a marketing post, it could be a blog post, it could be an information post. You could even use, I have someone that was coming to me the other day and asking if he would be able to use his spin content in these articles. And yes, you can. If you've got some sort of spinner or something like that where you're using that as SEO and you're using that content to rank in Google, you can do the same in instant articles, and you can use that as content, and then you can direct people from that content back to your website or back to your sales page, back to an affiliate offer, wherever it is you want to go. So it's with social media, there's many different ways you can post. You could post a text update, a video update, an image update. Now this is another post you can make. You can make an instant articles post, which is going to load instantly. It'll be ranked higher in the Facebook news feed, which means that it's more chance you'll get more traffic from it. And it also, not only that, it looks really professional as well. But people that click on it, you can then load it instantly and direct them to where you want to go. So it's much like an image post, much like a text post, much like a video post. The main benefit of this, though, is that it's created in order to get people opening your content, reading your content instantly, and then directing them from that content to where it is that you want them to go. So there's a different style of post that right now is ranking quite high in the newsfeed.
Yeah, I mean, the benefits are incredible, it seems. I mean, it seems you have easier traffic, better engagement, viral, people will share it better. It's all inside Facebook, so Facebook will favor it when it comes to newsfeed and ranking. So the benefits are incredible. However, it's technically challenging, and what Bold Publisher basically does is allows you to not make it technically challenging and really tap into it quickly and easily, right? Without
Exactly.
You don't have that entry obstacle. It removes it. It's great. It sounds really good.
And one of the things that I'd probably add as well is because not many people are using this right now, it is really new. I don't think, I'm not sure if you're watching this right now whether you've actually heard of instant articles. I hadn't heard of it until a couple of months ago. It came out only about 5 or 6 months ago, and it's been really quiet in terms of activity around it. A lot of people are using it. If you went on Facebook with your mobile device right now and you looked specifically for articles from companies like CNN or other companies like that, you'll see that they're using instant articles, but there isn't much information out there about them. But thankfully, Hootsuite actually published this information about their results that they were getting, because without that, I probably wouldn't have known how significant this new update was. But it makes a lot of sense when you hear Mark Zuckerberg talking about them wanting to keep more traffic on Facebook. This is another way of them being able to do that. For you, though, it doesn't mean you need to tell your audience they need to stay on Facebook. You can direct them from an instant article. But using instant articles means, in Facebook's eyes, that for them they're getting another click. They're keeping people on there for another click, and it's advertising revenue for them. So they make. I mean, if they're getting 1,000 more clicks than they would have previously, they're making more money out of advertisers. So it's a win-win for everyone.
Yeah, and the thing is that's good with it. I mean, it seems like it's underground, but it's not. I mean, Facebook doesn't do small things. They don't do small launches. If they release something out there, this means they're serious about this, that it's working. If it's been for months, they're testing it with lots of traffic and it's working. This means that people literally have the opportunity to cash in onto something that is completely still underground but works. And when it will explode in the future, they will have an advantage over everyone else. They will have this first to market advantage. It's good. It's really good. I start seeing all these business ideas coming to me, to things like how I can use it in my business. Really good. Okay, it's a good. Now I really understand it. Really interesting. So let's talk about the upgrades, right? Because I want to know how they can even further benefit people, and
sure.
prices.
So as part of the upgrades, we've got a Pro Features package. Now, that Pro Features package includes the ability to generate opt-ins directly from an instant article. So this took a bit of customization. I don't know of any other way of doing this. It was quite technical doing it manually, but we built it into the software now that you can actually add opt-in forms wherever you want inside of your instant articles, which means you can generate a lead immediately within the article. So someone could literally submit their email to get a downloadable guide, a product, a video, enter a contest even. You can add those forms in there. It also includes the ability to, and this is one that you may have missed, and I saw this about 2 months ago for the first time, and I hopefully I haven't got rid of it now, but Apple News Apple recently came out with a new update to their iPhones, and they have this thing called Apple News. Now, Apple News basically goes onto the home tab of your device, right? Basically, it updates on the home page of an Apple device, and it shows the most recent news articles. And I was wondering, where are those news articles coming from? I was getting, because I'm currently in Russia, but I got this phone in New Zealand, and I've got a New Zealand iPhones account because I haven't changed it to the new location that I am. I was getting all these news stories from the 3 main publications that run news in New Zealand. I was wondering, how on earth am I receiving these? And every single person who has an iPhone in New Zealand that's running the new update will be getting these news stories as well. So what we did is we investigated this a bit more, and we found out that Apple News had actually done a big update where they've actually had taken Apple News, because there is an Apple News. There's such a thing called Apple News, just like Google News, and they've added that into their iPhone so people can get it on their homepage. They can actually get on their Apple device news. And if you want to be showing on someone's phone, you want to be showing on someone's phone for the country that Apple News is in, you can see it shows on this home page right here. Then what you do is you publish to Apple News, and then you'll show up there. So what we've done is we've basically made it possible now within Bulk Publisher that at the same time that you're publishing your articles to Facebook Instant Articles, immediately at the same time, without having to do any more work, you can also publish these to Apple News. And this is a big upgrade because it opens up a new traffic source entirely. Apple News' articles work in a very similar way to Instant Articles. They're very fast, they're loadable within someone's phone, and they're going to show up on the homepage for whatever country or region that news is for. So it means that you can publish articles to it. All right, Apple News allows you to publish articles. You can publish your blog content, anything into that, and it's again leveraging another traffic source. The other thing we've done is we've also added in advanced analytics. And this analytics is going to give you the ability to see how much traffic is clicking in and reading your articles. But not only that, it actually shows you how many people read to the end of the article, how many people make it to the first half of the article and then quit. You can actually see how engaged people are with your content. The benefit with that is that you're going to see what kind of content people are interested in, what content's working the best. And you'll also be able to basically see everything that's going on your Facebook page as people use Instant Articles. Now that upgrade number 1, that's starting out at a discount. It's going to be $67 to start, and then it'll be increasing throughout the launch. But starting off with $67. Now,
how much is? I'm sorry, excuse me. How much is the front end price?
$37. So it'll be starting off at $37 and then increasing from there.
Cool.
Now the OTO2, upgrade number 2, this is the publisher platform. Now if you're into offline marketing, if you're doing any sort of consulting, this I highly recommend doing, because what it's going to give you the ability to do is basically you can take this to offline businesses. Not only can you take it to offline businesses and offer it as a service and do it as a service and get paid $500 a month for updating their articles or just taking their blog posts and adding them to Facebook, their Facebook page. What you can also do with this is you can actually sell a non-branded version of Bulk Publisher. You can brand it as your own brand if you really want to, and you can give them an account, and they can pay you on a monthly basis for that account. So businesses, as you'll know, they've got more money. Usually they have more money. They're people that have gone ahead and built a business. They've got some money to spend. They're selling a product, and usually they want to invest in new ideas like this. They want to invest in things that are going to bring them a return on their investment. And they can see, a lot of people see Instant Articles being used by these bigger websites, and they want to be able to harness that themselves. Most people have seen Instant Articles, not even realized what they're seeing, but they want to be able to do the same thing. So you can take this to businesses. You can actually sell it at a one-off cost or a monthly cost if you want to. So for example, if I was going to a business, I might sell this, an account to them for $197 a month. Even if we look at working on the lower end, you could do more than that. But even if we work on the lower end, $97 per month. It's a no-brainer at $97 per month. For a business, no-brainer. You get 10 businesses paying you $97 a month, you're making $1,000 a month. You get 40 businesses doing it, and then suddenly you've got what is that, $4,000 coming in every single month at $97. You can charge a lot more than that, obviously. I'd recommend charging more than that. You can charge up to $497, even $1,000 for an account like this if you really wanted to. And it's non-branded, so it's the only way that they're going to get information is from you. So that's also available as their upgrade number 2, and that's going to be $197 yearly. Now, we've said yearly because that keeps us up to date. It means we can continue to update the software, maintain it. There's a server cost that comes with every single client you bring on. We wanted to make it unlimited clients as well, and the only way we were able to do that was by charging a yearly fee. You can obviously cancel that if you want to, and so on, but $197 a year, one sale, and you can be into profit.
And you can also sell it to online businesses as well, right? Not just offline.
You can, yeah. The one thing you can't do is you can't obviously create a new website around. There's a couple of restrictions with it, but the main premise is you can go to businesses, you can sell an unbranded copy, and that's available. We even give you the resources and everything you need to do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, you can offer this to both online and offline as long as you basically offer it to businesses and not, there are restrictions, but you can still definitely go ahead and sell this as a service, charge hundreds per month and make money with it, but whether it's offline or online businesses, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
So for example, if I was not a buyer, if I wasn't familiar with Bold Publisher and was not a buyer, was outside of the niche, I had some other business online, and someone would approach me and they could offer me this as a service, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So this is great because once again, offline is a great opportunity, but my audience is just a little bit more connected to online, So.
Cool. One of the other ideas you could do is you can actually find people that are currently using Bolt Publisher, because I can almost guarantee that for them they're doing it manually. They're probably using a developer and paying a developer a high amount for doing it. Take this solution to them, charge them on a monthly basis for an easy way of doing it.
Yeah, why not?
You're saving the money. I mean, it's easy for them. So,
hire a developer. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a third upgrade?
Yes, there is. Now, the third upgrade is our outsources package. So, if you want to get this includes two main features. First, we've got a integration with 2 of the main websites out there that do writing. So iWriter, and there's another one as well. These integrate, so you can actually find people on these different article writing websites, put in the job that you want, and they can write the articles, and it will be added then from these websites into your Bolt Publisher dashboard, so you can just publish the articles onto Facebook immediately. So if you don't want to be writing these articles yourself, you don't want to spin the content, you don't want to grab the content from somewhere else, you want someone to write it, you can go to these services. They're really low cost, and they can then almost immediately after they're finished have it added into Bolt Publisher. And then also you can add out sources if you want to. So if you're currently working with a business, for example, and they've got quite a few articles they need done, and you want to make sure the articles look good, in the editor you can do that. You can drag and drop videos, images, text, whatever you want, change the fonts. You can do all that. But one of the things that you may want to do is if you do start to grow, or if the business has enough articles, get an outsourcer to start doing this stuff for you. So you can get up to 5 outsourcers to manage all of these articles, update them all, publish them all for you, schedule them in to go with this third upgrade. That's $47 for that, and that's our outsources package.
Yeah, so it's a little bit more advanced. I would call this a more advanced license. I don't think every buyer would benefit from it, right?
No, I mean, obviously, it's one of those things that if you are planning to go big with it, or if you're planning to deal with some people that have bigger demand, then that's where this really comes in.
I just wanted to sharpen this because many vendors would not be very honest, and they would say go ahead for the entire funnel because they want to make all the money in the funnel. But if we're going to an honest level, I think it's not always that you should always buy all the upgrades. Some upgrades fit other people, some fit other people depending on, you know, on their levels. So I just wanted to sharpen up this idea of OTO3 is definitely recommended, but for people who know what to do with it and have a use for it.
But I'm not going to get upset if you buy them all, though.
No, that's definitely not.
If you want to buy them all, you can buy them all. But there's different uses for them, and we're quite clear on the sales pages what the different uses are. So you'll see a demonstration, and you'll be able to make a decision that's best for your own business.
Yeah, that's really what I wanted to hear. Really, I'm trying to bring people into this show and try to be as transparent as possible with people and really inspire them. Instead of hype them into buying, I want to inspire them into, you know, I want them to see what they can achieve with the software or with the upgrades or with everything together, and paint the picture of what they can achieve. So thank you, man. Really, please, before we wrap this up, I know it's been a long interview, but before we wrap this up, is there any final words you can say to people? Maybe a small piece of advice, something like that.
Yeah, there is. I'm sure there's plenty. There's a very general question though. Probably what I would say is if it's relating to Bulk Publisher, I would say that, you know, where does this fit into your scheme? If you want to make money online, you've got to have a product or a service. And if you don't have a product or a service, then Bulk Publisher can offer a really good service. You can actually use this as a product. You can go and sell it to businesses. It's something you can actually go ahead and sell. If you want to sell it as a service, we have that available, and it's a really good service. It's something really new. It's really important when you're going out there with something to sell that you catch some sort of trend, because if you can catch a trend, you can make more money faster in a shorter period of time. It's easier to sell as well. Bulk Publisher is one of those things that uses the Facebook's new API. It takes a new trend in Facebook, and Mark Zuckerberg's talked to us so many times about wanting to keep traffic on Facebook and all this. If you review some of his previous speeches, his talks, he actually mentions specifically instant articles as one of the ways that they're trying to do that. So what I would say is that it's a really good service and it's not going anywhere. If you're looking to sell products, you're looking to advertise your products, you already know what kind of products you have, even e-commerce products, anything like that. We haven't even covered the SEO benefits of instant articles, and there's a bunch of different articles. I've been so ingrained in learning about the technical aspects of actually creating a software like this. I haven't had a chance to really investigate the SEO side of things, but there are a lot of people talking about the SEO side of things when it comes to instant articles as well. So it's giving you content that's on an external website such as Facebook that can link back to your website, and it also ranks in Google. These instant articles, they rank in Google as well. So there's additional benefits that come up with that. There's also, they have their own search engine as well on Facebook, by the way. Facebook, because they're favoring them, they've actually created a dedicated search engine, just like they did with Facebook Live, that actually allows people to search for certain topics and certain content. It also shows popular and trending content related to instant articles as well. So these are all signs that this is a really good place to focus to get traffic back to your website from. It's a tool that you can utilize in your business to get traffic and leads back for whatever you want. And it's a way of leveraging Facebook, which has, billions, over 1 billion people on it. Yeah. And as your audience is on Facebook, it's almost guaranteed whatever audience you're in, whatever market you're in, your audience is on Facebook. It gives you another way of grabbing your audience and taking it to where you want it to go. You just need to start writing articles consistently, or have publishing articles consistently, and over time you can see that more people will go over to your website, more people will click. It's just like anything, do any sort of traffic method consistently, and over time you'll start to see some significant results. And this, I believe, will get you results faster than a lot of the other traffic methods you might be focusing on right now, because it's so new, because Facebook is favoring it. So my last piece of advice is that if you do like what you see, I encourage you to watch the video that we have on instant articles. I believe we spend a lot of time to try and make it really clear, and so you really understand the opportunity that this is. If you see something that's good for you, if you would like to be able to do this, then I highly recommend getting access to it. We're going to be taking care of you the whole step of the way. We'll be keeping it updated, and for us, this is a long-term project. It's a long-term business. Hopefully it's a really good long-term solution, because I think it's something that businesses really need. So we'll be behind it, helping you the whole way. So yeah.
Cool, man. Thank you so much. Thank you for the offer. Thank you for coming, on the show. And basically, it's been a great call. I really enjoyed it. So that's it, everyone. We're wrapping this up. If you need all the details, I got bonuses below. Somewhere in this page, you will see the bonuses, my review where I walk you through the software and I show everything. I'm talking about ways to monetize and everything, ideas that pop into my head. And all the details you can find below. So go ahead, don't stop with the interview. And that's it, we're wrapping this up. Thank you so much for everyone, to Sam, to the viewers, and talk to you later.